Hello. So today we are going to be doing a tutorial on this look right here. This was a challenge for myself. A quick little review intro on what we're using. This is the LA Colors, specifically, what is this one? Haute is the eyeshadow palette name, but item number 74202. Looks like this when I open it. This is a fully shimmer metallic palette, and yes, we did the whole eyeshadow look only using these guys, which is, yeah, not normally how I would do an eye look, but I am up for a good challenge. I thought it would be fun to kind of combine things where this is a one look using only one palette. I used a lot of the colors in this, not all of them, but a good amount of them. And also just a little review. This is like $4.99. You can get LA Colors at such a variety of places. I got this at a Target randomly, but yeah, I got this at a Target of all places. I don't know, you can order them online. As far as for the quality, they're $4.99 eyeshadows. I've said this on my channel a lot. These metallics don't work well by themselves. They kind of do. No, not really. That's a lie. They'll give you a very subtle wash of color if you don't do anything to them. But if you really want them to look anything like this, one, you have to foil the crap out of them. Two, you have to use a lot of product. For metallic eyeshadows, these have some of the most pickup that I've ever used, and they have a lot of fallout on them. That's not too surprising sometimes with the metallic because it's harder for it to adhere to your eye unless you have like a good base for it to stick to. But like when I was getting this out of the pan, the eyeshadow is not pressed super firmly into it. It doesn't cause issues with it. It's just a unique thing I felt like mentioning because normally metallic eyeshadows are pressed a bit more firm. The pigmentation on these guys is nothing to write home about. If these look, like if the colors look fun to you and you want to play around, but you don't want to like invest, and you're not going to use them a lot, but like on your off day you casually want to do a neon green, bluey, purpley wing thing, then I definitely think it's worth the price. But you do have to foil, you do have to work with these eyeshadows to get them to look like something kind of what you would want them to. And even then, the colors, for instance, that look dark in the pan, once I foiled them, they kind of resembled the color in the pan, but if you don't foil them, they're not going to look anything like how they look in the pan. So yes, kind of expected for like a $4.99 eyeshadow palette. If you're willing to work with them, they can look super fun, but you know, the formula is nothing great. But if you use good techniques, or I hate saying if you use good techniques because I'm not like a professional makeup artist, just a makeup lover, but if you use good makeup techniques and if you're willing to work with an eyeshadow, even if it's not the best eyeshadow, you can get it to do a lot more of what you want it to. So yeah, that is it. Without further ado, let's go ahead and I will show you how we did this super fun look that we've got going on our eyeballs. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm scared. My eyes are already primed. I primed them with a concealer and then I set the crease just with a foundation powder. I didn't set the lid to try and leave a little bit of tackiness so that we could get more pigmentation, but let's try this out. Let's I have no clue what I'm going to do. That's kind of the fun point about doing something like this though, right? So to start off, I am going to go in with this color right here. I'm going to try taking it down on kind of a dense shader brush. I don't really think that's gonna work because these colors don't always get a lot of pigment, but we'll see. You know, we're not gonna negate what could happen. But unsurprisingly, there's hardly any pigment at all going on my eye right now. And as you can see, this color in the pan looks like this. On my eye, it looks like a very washed out version of that. So to try and darken it up, we're gonna go in with this color right here. Same brush. And then just pack it into the outer V again. And those two colors combining, I mean, here he's getting kind of like a dark gray color. Now, I never really put shimmers or metallics in the crease, so this is definitely just kind of for this video, for the fun. Ooh, there's a crap ton of fallout. Crap ton of fallout with this. But yeah, I was saying I never put shimmers in the crease, but for the sake of the video, it's what we're doing. But I would not recommend it on a normal basis. I'm just kind of doing the basic C shape to give some shadow to the outer part of the eye. Okay, it's building up a little bit. What am I doing? So the next color we're gonna go in with then is this green color right here. I'm not even gonna put it on a brush because I know from previously trying that it doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work well on a brush at all. Dry brush anyways. So I'm going to foil it. Foiling, for those who are curious, I'm just going to take a brush like so, flat brush, and I am going to pack color on like so, and then I'm going to set it, spray it with the setting spray. So we are making the product wet. And that is going to give us a crap ton more pigment. But even then, not a whole lot. Giving us more than what we would have gotten. The pastels in this palette are definitely lackluster, to say the least. Oh, there we go. When you build up a second coat, you can build it up, okay. And then now that we have got that green, I am going to go in with this, we'll go in with this yellow color right here. And I'm going to do the same thing where I'm going to foil it, wet it with a brush, and then apply it to the inner part of the eye. Ooh, I definitely got my brush too wet, which is why it's looking so pigmented, but it's because my brush is like dripping in liquid right now. But it definitely is making the metallic come through. The only thing though is when you over wet your brush, like what I just did, you don't know how the product is going to dry. And also it makes it really hard to blend. So I don't recommend over wetting your brush. And then I'm going to go back in with our green and blend that into the yellow. Also too, when you overwet your brushes and then you apply the product, when it starts to dry, it can actually kind of crumble on you. So that's another reason that I do not recommend it. And then since the green and yellow are so pigmented, I'm gonna go ahead and foil the dark color that we used on the outer part of our eye and try and blend it out. I also don't recommend that you use a camera that doesn't focus on you. But for the sake of having the outer shadow darker and for only using colors in this palette, this is what we're gonna go in with. There we go. And I'm just gonna go in and kind of with the brush that we originally applied that purple color with, kind of like dab it out to diffuse it a little bit and try and blend it into that green. And just go back and forth doing that until you get the look that you want. And as you can see, these colors, when you start to try and blend them, the pigmentation on them completely just blends away into nothing. So I'm having to keep on going back and layer up more product, because when I blend the green, then some of the purple fades. When I blend the purple over the green, some of the green fades, and it's not like they're mixing together. You can tell I'm building up the pigmentation, but it's requiring some work. And then I'm gonna clean up this mess with a makeup wipe, but before I do my other eye and disappear off camera, one thing that I wanted to be really, like, I thought would be fun, because, you know, showing different ways to kind of up your eyeshadow game with this is we're going to go in with this really pretty cobalt blue color right here. And then I'm going to use Duraline or use whatever mixing medium that you have. And we are going to do a winged eyeliner. Now, to do winged eyeliner, I think the easiest, if you have like a little mixing tray, do it on that, but I do not. So I just use the back of my hand. And to do that, start off with one drop, just like that, of the Duraline on the back of your hand. You're not going to really see it because it's clear, yeah. And then what you're going to do, and especially with something like this where there's so much pigment, you're literally just going to like rub your brush in and get some of the pigment off of it. I have like a whole video where I do this, but I'm just re-showing it again. And then you're just going to mix your eyeshadow with your Duraline, and you'll see you create a little paste. I'm going to add a lot more of the eyeshadow though, because right now there's not enough pigment in it for it to do anything for us. And normally when I do this with an eyeshadow, it makes a really pigmented liner. It's not really working with this so much, because this eyeshadow is just incredibly not pigmented. And it's actually taking the eyeliner from underneath, which is so not what I wanted. So I'm just gonna start adding powder over that line while it's drying to try and build up the blue pigmentation as much as we can. There we go. Okay, now that we've kind of at least got something going on, I'm going to clean the fallout and do the other eye. Okay, so I put foundation on, I cleaned up the wing just with a makeup wipe, and I connected the wing into the eye so that the whole overall eyeshadow looks like a wing. Sorry I didn't have that on camera. It's really easy to do though. You literally just take your brush and you draw your wing, and then you just like go pop, 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 and like gradiate it into the wing. And I thought that ended up looking very, very nice for this look. So there we go. That's what the eyeshadows look like. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. You know, I'm kind of happy with how it turned out. But let's go ahead and finish it. And hopefully not ruin it. So for a little contrast, for the bottom I was thinking, actually not contrast, this isn't too contrasty, but gonna go in with this purple color right here. Oh, you can't see that. With that color right there, and we're just gonna do a little something, just a little something on our lower lash line. Hopefully not ruin what we've done. And I'm not foiling it or anything like that. And I'm just going to run it along the, oh, you can't see that. I'm just going to run it along the lower lash line right there. And connect it to the wing that we've got going on. And I am, as I'm connecting it, I'm not just swooping it up and following the eye. I'm connecting it to the V so that we've got a V that goes up and then a V that goes down. Okay, so I'm liking how that looks, and then just to add a little bit more pop of color, I'm going to go in with this very light orange. It's very much a peachy tone. And I'm just going in with an angle brush. And we are just going to be stippling the peach into the purple to blend it, and then just finishing the line off at the inner corner. I actually really like how this look is turning out. I'm really, really happy with this. I think it just goes to show sometimes that like push yourself to kind of do something a little bit different and you'll turn out with something fun. Okay, so to finish off what we're going to be doing with the eyeshadow, we are now going to go in with this white color and just add an inner corner highlight, just a tiny bit, and we'll add a little bit to the brow bone as well. Now that the eyeshadow's done, just to finish everything off really quickly, I'm gonna go ahead and tightline with a white eyeliner. You could do white or black depending. I think it'd be fun to do white to contrast with the colors. So that's what we're gonna do. And then go ahead and throw on mascara and or your lashes. So that is the finished eye look. I think it's super, super fun. You know, maybe not your everyday out and about look, but definitely, definitely super fun. Let me look down so you can see the full effect. This eye definitely turned out better than this eye. The gradient on this eye is better, but don't think too bad. I don't think too bad for using what we had, and it just goes to show, like, when you play around with eyeshadows and the formulas and whatnot, what you can get with it. I will say though, I had to really dig in to the pans of these shadows to get this. The amount of product I had to use to get this kind of pigmentation was a lot more than normal for me, for what I use with other products. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and finish this off with a nude lipstick and then we'll be done. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the completed look. I really like doing a colorful look and then pairing it with kind of like a cool tone brown lip like this looks. I don't necessarily like the formula of this liquid lipstick, but I do like the color quite a bit. And yeah, me and my yellow teeth. But that wraps this video up. Go ahead and let you look at the eyeballs one more time. I hope that you liked this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe. I would love to see you in the next video. Thank you for spending some of your time with me, and I hope that you're having a good day, night, evening, wherever you are, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah. Goodbye!